guys, how's it going? Kat Com here with Studio Sweat On Demand. I've got some really special guests with me on this video. Of course, Bethany, beautiful Bethany.
Hi.
Are we still calling you sidekick?
I don't know.
I am sidekick Bethany here with you today. And guess what? We are here talking to my to my beautiful sister. This is Trish, you guys. And a lot of you have seen her picture on Facebook, her before and her after. So my sister has accomplished something amazing in less than a year, in about 11 months. Mm-hmm. She lost herself 85 or thereabout pounds, and she went from a size
16, 18.
Okay, and now she's a size 6. And awesome. You know what's incredible about it is she went about it the right way. So she exercised, she watched what she ate, she did not fad diet, she didn't do some crazy cleanse, you know, juice cleanse or anything like that. She just did it right. But let's talk about, first of all, how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. She's so beautiful. She was beautiful before, but to see her grow over the last 11 months has been so inspirational. For so many people to see, and I thank you for letting me share your story here, and just you know, the other things that I've shared with people online and locally. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about how you did it, though.
Okay.
Because people, it's daunting. Like the thought of losing as much weight as you lost in that amount of time is something that most people don't think that they can do.
Right.
Okay. Did you think you could do it?
No. I had hoped that I could do it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about how you got there. So, what do you need? What did you need in place for this to work?
A lot of things. I needed support, and I'm particularly blessed. And we've talked about this. I'm blessed to have a very supportive family. I'm blessed to have very supportive work. I work for a company that backed me up all the way. I am blessed to have an amazing husband and kids that helped and supported me. And it was the right time for me. And so just all those things combined made it possible. And I just made the choice. I hit a pretty high weight and kind of looked at myself and decided, that's it, I'm done. That's
a really important point. So we're going to actually bullet point. I'm going to have the video cut with bullet points on it that say these are the things that you need to have in place for this to be successful. And a couple of things that you just mentioned are a support system, and you have to do it for you, basically.
Right.
You have to be ready. So talking about the support system, so yes, she was blessed because she does have the support of her family and friends and her work, and we understand that not everybody has that, but there is a support system out there for everyone. It's up to you. If you're ready, don't use that as an excuse that I don't have the support of my family. Or, yes, that's going to be a roadblock, but you know what? You can jump over roadblocks. So you have to find your support system somehow. It might be an online support group. It might be through your local studio. I'll tell you, we are the Studio Sweat. We are the support group for a lot of people out there that are going through the journey that you did. They have us. But you have to find your support system. Don't make an excuse that you don't have one. Go find it.
Right.
Okay?
It could be a local youth group. It could be a school. It could be anywhere or anything. If you make the choice for yourself, there's so many avenues out there that you could reach out to.
Yep. So find your support group. Yeah.
You said you have to find it for yourself.
Right.
I think
absolutely.
Not until you are ready to lose that weight. It's not going to happen. Like, you can know you're unhealthy, but until you hit that point where you're like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm
not
done.
like one more day.
Yeah.
Until you get to that point, you know, we can all want you to be healthy, and we can want you to be eating healthy, working out for you, but until you actually want it, it's not going to happen. You've got to make that choice.
Right.
Yeah.
So for those of you who have someone in your life who's unhealthy, you can't make that choice for them. What you can do is lead by example, okay? And you can be the support system and make sure that they know when they are ready, you're going to be there for them. 100%. So that's what you can do. You can't force them into it.
No.
You can't say, guess what, honey, time to go to the gym.
Right. I have a sister who obviously is a professional trainer, and she's been doing this pretty much her whole life.
Yeah.
I've been overweight pretty much my whole life, and she could have tried to push me into this, for her whole life, and she never has.
Nope.
And so that's just a prime example that I've had that avenue and that opportunity, pretty much for the last 15, 20 years to go to. And I didn't do that until it was my time, and this just happened to be my time. And we live, I live in Washington. She lives here in California, San Diego. And, but even being that far apart, I still, once my time, I decided it was my time, I reached out to her and my brother in Washington and several other people. But I couldn't do it until it was my time. And she didn't put that pressure on me
Ever.
until I was ready, because she knew, being who she is and in the profession that she is, she knows that, that until you're ready, there's really no point.
Yeah.
Because it could potentially backfire on you. It could, could have adverse effects.
To go the whole distance. So there's, I do want to say to that though, that even if you feel like, no, I'm not there, I'm not ready, a lot of you are going to say, yeah, actually, you know what? I am ready. Enough.
Right.
Enough. Look in the mirror and say, enough, okay?
Right.
Now do something about it. Okay?
And it can be done.
But if you're not there, it doesn't mean don't do anything. Start making small changes. Increase your water, cut out processed foods, stuff like that. There's a lot of things that you can do, smaller steps.
Minor
but
changes.
you might not be ready to go all in. But even those minor steps might get you to the point to where you are ready, because you're like, okay, you know what? I cut out processed foods. I cut out soda. All of a sudden, you're down in weight just from doing one of those two things.
I started walking 15 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day.
Exactly.
Yeah, those little things can really add up to motivate you to go to the next step.
Yeah,
to take it farther and make those 15 minutes 30 minutes and even more. And gee, I'm going to try to run for 3 minutes.
Yeah. So sometimes that
it can snowball.
Yeah, it can.
Definitely.
So there's different stages when it comes to weight loss. There's pre-contemplation, contemplation, doing it.
Yeah.
And so those pre-contemplation and contemplation steps can actually maybe be the catalyst for you to go into the all-out transformation. And so what I think is really interesting too is a good way to look at it is, this is how I look this summer vacation. You know what? How do I want to look for my next summer vacation? It's a little less daunting than 12 months from now. How am I going to look? So think about that. So a couple of other things that have to be in place or that you have to do to get there. Tell us what you did. You had your support system.
I did have my support system.
What'd you do?
One of the first things I did is, stopped eating fast food, 100%. My husband and I worked together on our diets at home. We cut out all pasta, all bread. I mean, it was a pretty drastic diet change for me. We went to eating, just a lot of protein and vegetables. Yep. I made sure to eat 3 meals a day.
Yeah, at least when she used to eat more like 1 to 2.
And I would eat a snack in between of some kind of protein. So I felt like I was full all day. It took, the first 2-3 months were the hardest to get past kind of that hunger period.
And that's something I learned from you, actually, because I can sympathize with people, and I've been training people, and I have a lot of experience in this, and I've helped a lot of people get there. But that's one thing that I learned from you, is that she said the first 3 months were by far the hardest. After that, it actually got easy.
It got really easy after the first 2-3 months, and especially from a mindset, because after being a certain way for pretty much my entire life, the first 2-3 months, you don't see a whole lot of change for the first 2-3 months. Yeah. You don't see, you start seeing 5-10 pounds drop off. After the first 2-3 months, then you start seeing 20 pounds, 25 pounds. Then you start seeing the inches drop. Then you start seeing your clothes change. Then people start to notice. That's when you start really feeling the motivation. But the first 2-3 months are the hardest to get your body to adjust to what you're doing.
Well, and you got to figure too, in those first 2 to 3 months, you're breaking some lifelong habits. Right. Cutting out that pasta. not being like, you know what, I'm short on time to make dinner tonight. I'm just going to drive through because it's so fast and it's easy and it's immediate food.
Right.
You're breaking habits that you've held on to for the majority of your life. So that's going to be tough because that takes a while to break.
Right. And so it's not just a food adjustment. To do what I did in the 11 months, you can't just do a food adjustment. You have to add some major exercise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so for me, it was a 5-day-a-week program because I wanted some drastic change.
Did you jump right into
period.
5 days a week?
I did, okay. And I don't know if necessarily that's a good thing or not. But for me, that's what I need.
It's going to be dependent on people's what people can handle in their schedules and what kind of support they can get from their families. So
my schedule allowed it. My kids, I have 7 kids. They're all grown. It was just the right time in my. I do. I have stepkids and my own kids, combined families. Still. We raised 5 in our house. But they're all, my last one graduated this year. And so it was just the time. And so I had the time to commit 5 days. I had a brother, Greg, who agreed to commit the time. He's lost quite a bit of weight in the last few years. And he said, okay, I'll do this with you. I called Kat. I said, okay, I'm doing it.
Let's do this.
What do we,
awesome. So it doesn't have to be local support either. Like that's one of those things.
Oh,
like
no,
she was on the
out.
phone and you do need to. That's the third bullet point I put up there. So it is your diet. You have to, and your diet doesn't mean necessarily you're on a diet. Your diet's what you're eating.
No,
right?
It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah, and so she would call me and she would ask questions, and don't be scared to reach out to people.
No, and I was doing
questions.
research online, and I was looking up constantly the right foods to eat, and I used a phone app. I found the right phone app to me where I was tracking daily calories, I was tracking daily protein, and it tracked my intake per meal, and I did that for the first 4 months. So you have to really find the right combination of things for you.
Yeah.
And my workouts.
Yeah, your workouts. A lot of strength training.
I did
cardio.
A combination of cardio and weight training. I know some trainers may tell you different things. I worked with Kat and I worked with my brother. I did a combination of lifting and cardio, which I think is extremely important.
It's the best one. Yeah.
Women, I think, have to lift.
Yes.
They have to build that muscle mass.
And she's lucky, honestly, I know you don't want to do this, but her arms, she is lucky. She doesn't have a lot of extra skin.
Yeah. And I was big. I don't know if you guys saw the picture.
She was big. And she's like, I know I have so much work to do. But you know what? I tell people this all the time too. So you've lost 85 pounds, right? Wow, what an accomplishment. Now she's not where she wants to be. Once you get down to your ideal weight, your body is not going to be shaped exactly like you hope it's going to be shaped. It's going to take another year and even beyond to do that. So make that the focus for the next year is building that beautiful lean body mass. But you got to let your skin adjust. You've got to start building more muscle. So your first year was more about, the weight loss and
shedding the fat.
The fat, and there are, you do need to do strength training, you do need to do cardio, you do need to watch your diet. But give yourself first of all, kudos for getting there. But know that you're so this last summer vacation to this summer vacation, right?
Right.
Wow. Now think about that, how you can change yourself from this summer vacation to next. There's this whole another element, and how amazing to think of where you can be, because you're going to be a solid body. I just know it. I just know it. So she wants it.
And there's not mental things that you're not going to go through as well. I don't know how many times I called
tears.
Kat and my brother. I mean, there was times I'd show up at the gym and I'd start bawling to my poor brother.
Yep.
And he'd just be going,
oh my God, what did I sign up for?
I'd call him and say I just got on the scale, there was no change, or I went backwards a couple pounds, or I'd call Kat in tears sitting in my car in front of the gym,
saying I didn't lose this week. I don't know what's going on, and it's very important to understand that you're going to have those weeks. You're going to have weeks where you lose 3 or 4, and you're going to have weeks where you gain 1.
Yeah.
As long as you keep consistently doing what you're doing your thing, eating right, getting your workouts in, you need to. It's so hard. It's easy for me to say that, on the other end, but just know that it's going to balance out, and that you're going to have these emotional moments, and just keep pushing it, and the light is going to be at the end of the tunnel.
And consistency, you've learned, is the key.
It is
you
definitely
stuck
the key.
with it. Those days that you didn't want to go into the gym, or the days where you gained 2 pounds when you thought you were going to lose 4.
Right.
You know, you were like, okay, yeah, that stinks. I'm going to cry about it, and then I'm going to move on and get in there.
But the key is to not give up and to know that any normal person, I mean, you know, I love my sister. She's amazing. She's a professional trainer. Same with you. I'm an everyday. I just raised a ton of kids.
Worked full time.
My entire life. This is not something I would normally do. I'm a normal everyday mom. If I can do this, anybody that is sitting at home who just got done raising all of their kids, you know, maybe it's now their time as well.
Don't wait though. She's not.
I'm not saying you should wait. But anybody can do it. It's just deciding that this is what I'm ready to do for me.
Make the decision. Make the decision, in or out.
And you don't, you don't have to pay a bunch of money. It didn't cost me. You know, you can find a gym and get a gym membership. It doesn't have to cost.
You can do Studio Sweat on demand for $19.88 per month. Unlimited classes.
I actually do that.
No, you can.
I actually do. When I can't make it to the gym, I actually do the classes, the Studio Sweat on demand classes from home. When I can't make it into my own gym.
A lot of people do that when you have those babies at home. You know, that's when a lot of people are going to do that.
It's a perfect opportunity, and you can pick what class you feel like doing that night. Not that I'm pimping out my sister's classes, but there's certain nights that I don't want to do a certain thing, and so I'll go online.
It's a good option. And this video isn't us trying to sell you something.
No, not at all.
That's one of the things is you see all these amazing stories, but there's some product behind it. That's not what we're trying to do. But it's just another means to get there. Find, you know, with our on-demand classes, you can do them from home, and that's one of the roadblocks for a lot of people is they can't get to the gym. So grab a couple sets of dumbbells and
I have a set at home.
Yeah.
And I don't even have a bike at home.
All right. No. We're going to go through these bullet points so that we can wrap this up and let you guys finish and maybe make the decision to go on this journey
or start out with small steps. Whatever you might be ready for.
When you're ready, when you've said, enough is enough, I am done, you know what I'm going to look like next summer? I'm gonna get myself down.
There's gonna be a little less of me.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot less of me. All right, find your support system. Number one, don't let it be a roadblock if it's not your family. Okay, there's a lot of other ways that you can get support out there. Number two, watch your diet. Be accountable. Find someone that you can talk to. It could be a registered dietitian, it could be your friends, but using an app, know how many calories you should be taking in, or make little changes. Talk to a registered dietitian if you can, or a friend. Number three, get your workouts in. You have got to get your workouts in. She didn't lose 10 pounds in a week, guys. She lost, if you look at the math, if you do the math, you should probably average a couple pounds a week weight loss, right?
Which is what you want. That's healthy.
Yeah, that's sustainable.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was number three. And number four, don't forget, you guys, you need to do it for you. You can't do it for your work. You can't do it for your siblings. You can't do it for your spouse. You have to be ready. So make the decision for you. So, I mean, I really think that those are the things that you're saying need to be in place for you to help you guys get through this journey. I wish you all the best of luck. If you have any questions or if you would like to reach out to Trish, you can contact on-demand support at studiosweat.com, and we'll hook you up if you seem like you're not a stalker. Okay, we'll hook you up with her. All right, give her a round of applause, guys.
It's awesome.
All right,
awesome.
And let's give ourselves one last plug. All right, so you guys don't forget, for fat torching body sculpting workouts, check out Studio Sweat on Demand.